And hello, chat. I hope you got your stretches in and you're ready to crouch into a ball and roll around, maybe? I think that's how Metroid works. Right now, we do have that bid war open that is whether we save the animals or haunt the animals? I've been told there's a little bit of a mix-up, and right now Save the Animals is winning by $5, but if we want to learn more about that bid war, the good news is we are ready for this new challenge category created specifically for No Glitches Allowed. We have Anfunny and Poork running Super Metroid Glitchless % co-op.
Well, hello, Poork. How's my favorite piggy?
Oh, hey, Anthony. I'm actually feeling a little bummed right now.
Aw, what's wrong, Poork?
Well, you see, I want to run Super Metroid. I do a speedrun of it, any percent. I don't know any of the tricks. I don't think I could do it alone.
Well, I'm pretty good at the game. Why don't we play together?
You can play Super Metroid cooperatively?
Yeah. Together, even a ham brain like yourself can speedrun Super Metroid.
Oh, wow. That'd be great.
I can tell you how to do it using a multi-troid. What do you say, Poork? Would you like to show all the nice people at home how to speedrun Super Metroid?
Boy, would I?
All right. My ears, the chat, we're losing viewers. They came for the Super Metroid. They didn't come for this bad acting job. No, I'm kidding. I'm WXFan21, commentator for Anfunny and Poork, Super Metroid Glitchless Co-op. This is going to be a fun one. Boys, are you ready to get this started so we can get right in and explain to the folks what this is?
Heck yeah, let's go.
Let's do it.
Which chat, are you ready? If you are, count it down with me. 3, 2, 1, go! All right. Welcome to Super Metroid Glitchless Co-op. I am WXFan21. I have been asked by both Anfunny and Poork to commentate their run here. If you've listened to me, I am a esports broadcaster. I've also done a lot of Metroid franchise commentary, and I have been asked to commentate this very special run here. So let's just get off with everyone's favorite station that no one likes to go to. Thank you, randomizers, for getting rid of it. It's Series Station. Because we're doing this normally, we have to go through this. So Anfunny is waiting over here at the elevator. He's gonna be the one to go get our morph ball and missiles first, while Poork over here on the right-hand side is triggering our cutscene.
I guess we'll go ahead and take some time to kind of explain what Multitroid is. It's a script made by Osti Havel that allows players to share their resources like health, ammo, pickups, and also share event flags like the timer there. So that allowed me to get out early there. So it really allows you to play with people that are not necessarily the same skill level. I'm a bit more experienced than Poork at this, so I just kind of want to highlight that, and also just how great this speedrun is, and kind of make like a little bit of a challenge for people that that have run a lot and not using the glitches that we're used to glitching. So I might accidentally do a couple here and there just because of muscle memory, but I'll try my best.
That's right. So let's get into this here real quick. So Anfunny, one of the more experienced Super Metroid speedrunners. We have Poork here, that the little piggy himself. You can see the little hands there. Might need a little help with this run. Co-op is wonderful for this. Matter of fact, I haven't told this, but one of the first races I ever did with Super Metroid was a co-op run, and it was a multi-world. It was a ton of fun. So this category, if you've ever watched Super Metroid speedrunning before, you've seen a lot of crazy tech done. Samus is flailing her arms up and down in the air, diving into what's called the mock ball. We've seen absolutely insane level of tricks. That is out of the window here. So when Anfunny said he's gonna, attempt to not do that by muscle memories, because this is going to be a category the way that the actual developers, Dear Force, actually intended this game to be run. So anything that is in the preset to this, so there's that little preset package that shows how to use power bombs and use charge plasma specialty. So we can use X factors if we need to. We can bomb jump and we can wall jump, because wall jumping is actually in the game. The Edecoons, one of the animals, teaches you how to do that. The same thing with the Dakara, teaches you how to shine spark. So those are 100% logical. We are allowed to do wall jumps, we're allowed to do bomb jumping, we're allowed to do X factors and charge power bomb things. Things we can't do, we cannot knock ball. We cannot do any other crazy tech. We can't do out of bounds. We can't do what are called D-boosts or damage boosts. That's going to be gone. Again, the arm pumping that I mentioned, that's gone. All of that would invalidate the run. So, boys, let's talk a little bit about what's happening here now, because Anfunny went and got Morph in our first missile pack. Poork was waiting to go fight a mini-boss called Bomb Terizo. Poork is now going to make his way to another mini-boss, which I know Super Metroid fans love to see in randomizers, but we're going to see Spore Spawn. So again, because we can't do that mock ball speed tech, Anfunny, there's no way of getting the supers from what we call the early supers room in Brinstar.
That's correct. Oh my gosh.
So, Poork, walk us through what you're going to be doing in this part of the run here.
Well, basically, I'm just trying to get the Spore Spawn. Once you kill Spore Spawn, you can pick up super missiles, which allows you a lot more access to the rest of the game.
Does that make you Super Poork?
I've always been Super Poork.
I like it. So, all right, because this is part of a fantastic charity marathon, we are at $2,940. Let's see if we can't smash that donations. Let's get that above 3,000. We got 60 to go, and we still have one insane run to come after these boys are done. But now, Poork headed to Spore Spawn. Anfunny, let's just talk about something here that's very, very important, and that is resource management. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Oh yeah, co-op, it's a huge thing, because, you got two players doing all the rooms that you would normally have the resources for. So you kind of need, like, more or less double, just to make it easier, and especially, playing with Poork, like, not quite as skilled. It's, important for me to kind of help manage us in general. So that's one of the things I'm definitely focused on, and I might change up our routes here a little bit here and there. So yeah, that'll be something I'm thinking about a lot.
Here's Spore Spawn.
All right, I need to know who in Twitch chat's excited for Spore Spawn. Y'all annoy me enough during randomizers to get a little Spo. Now you get actual Spo. I want to know who's excited for Spo.
I would like to propose for chat, if we get 12 more $5 donations, then we will be at $3,000. So at 10 minutes on the timer, can we get a bunch of $5 donations and smash $3,000 out of the water real quick?
Let's go.
And yeah, get in some money for the taunt the animals, because I'm just not a big fan of them. So
Save the animals.
Save the animals, Anfunny. Come on.
I'm a speedrunner. I like to go fast, so I just have a disdain for them,
So yes, this is a little bit different than what you've seen in some other marathons. We are doing Save the Animals versus Taunt the Animals. And what we mean by taunting, very simple. Poork is going to go into the animal room, stare at them, not shoot the side open, and then leave. That is Taunt the Animals. Save the Animals, Poork would shoot the wall, allowing the animals to escape the blowing up planet.
I'd like to interject real quick that we just broke $3,000.
Yo! Let's go.
Let's go!
All right.
Now, can we break 3,100 by... you know what? I'm challenging every single one watching this right now. By the time that timer hits 15 minutes, let's see if we can get over 3,100. And again, make sure when you're donating... Hey, son, tell the folks how they can donate to that objective. Save the animals versus taunt the animals.
I would love to. So the first thing that we're going to do is !donate in chat. We're going to open up Tiltify. And now we see that there are 2 polls available. We're going to click the down arrow, and we're going to click either save the animals or save the frames. Save the frames means that we're taunting those animals. So go ahead and click that button and then click checkout. The automatic for Tiltify is $10, but once you click the checkout button, you can change that to any number. You can change it to 5, you can change it to 1, whatever you want, and then do your payment details, and that will go towards that bid war. We are about 9 minutes on the clock, so we have 1 more minute until those $5 donations need to come in, chat.
Come on, let's get to 3,100. And that's nothing. We still have a lot to go here. So just to give you a little peek behind the curtain. So Anfunny right now is at the top of the section of Red Brimstone we call Red Tower. And he's going to be getting what are known as alpha power bombs. These are the first logical power bombs that the game has intended you to find. So he's going to grab these, and he's now going to be headed to our first boss called Kraid.
Yeah,
and to peek behind the curtain, Anfunny and Poork have been training for this for quite some time for this run. The goal? Their best time, their PB, 39 minutes and 10 seconds. Let's get some hype in the chat. Let's see if these 2 can crush their personal best.
Let's go.
We're gonna try.
Poork grabbing a lot of speedrunners' favorite beam, the Spacer Beam.
Personal little aim mode in my Twitch that you know, adds a little flavor to any of our runs where we get it.
A little bit. All right, so now we're gonna be focusing here for just a little bit, and what I mean by that is Anfunny is headed into Kraid's Lair. We're going to be headed into the easiest boss of this game. And they're meant to be harder from here. But again, Anfunny being an experienced speedrunner, there's only one piece of tech that these racers are not going to be able to do. And Anfunny is not going to be able to do a trick called the quick Kraid kill. That is a speedrunning tech, and it is not allowed. So Anfunny, again, he talked about resource management here earlier. This is going to be so important because, fun fact about Kraid, he doesn't really drop super missiles at a high clip. It's like 2% in that room. So these 4 supers that he has, Poork has to be really careful not to use extra. And Anfunny's going to need all 4 of these supers. So everyone say hello to Kraid.
Hello,
and very
Kraid.
quickly, we're going to say goodbye to Kraid. Poork just picked up a very important piece of movement tech called the high jump boots. I'll explain what those do here in just a little bit. Anfunny, left-hand side of your screen. Notice how we have Kraid fully standing. He is now, oh, and see, there we go. Just missed that super missile, but able to finish things off on the left-hand side of your screen. So that's our first of the G4, otherwise known as the Guardian 4, down. Poork is now making his way out of Upper Norfair and is going to be heading up Red Tower. And I mean, Poork, I'm right there with you. I'm not an experienced runner either. I particularly do not like the Red Tower climb.
Yeah, it's not my favorite either. But I'll try to do it smooth.
All right, chat, we're at 12 minutes. Where's that $5 train at? We got $3,050. Let's go. Let's get over 3,100.
Y'all mind if I read some of these donations real quick?
Please, by all means.
We had $5 from Neil 1993 that says, "Come on, chat, $5 train, choo choo." We had Turt Wiggy donate $65 saying, yay Podgy, yay Kingdom Hearts, yay puppies. We had Ferocious Fefe donate $25, no comment, but that went towards saving the animals. We had $5 from Anonymous, saving the animals, and $15 from Alu Vixapade that says, wish I could give more. My first dog and his need for daily walks set me on the path for pulling my own health out from the trash. All my dogs have been from shelters and orgs that rehabilitate and rehome pets. Chat, we are at $3,050, but good news, the final challenge has been unlocked. If we can raise $3,500, then we will defeat Sephiroth
That
in Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix.
That's right. That is going to add on a lot of time towards the end and just allowing everyone else to continue to donate to the Go Rescue Pet Adoption Center. Now, I want to give my boy Poork here a shout out. I don't want Anfunny getting jealous. He's my boy too. But Poork just did something that was very, very tight, and he managed to pull it off on the recovery. What you saw him at the top of Red Tower, he was able to recover. He got rid of all the waivers using a power bomb. That top block is only broken for about 5 to 10 seconds. And Poork was able to, he missed it on the first try, repositioned himself with the wall jumps, and got through the top of it right before that crumble, that block reappeared. So Poork, very nicely done. Proud of you for that. I know the races we've done and the practice that you all have done, that's very tough to do. So Poork pulling it off here where it counts during the race. And Anfunny is just hanging out over here in Upper North. We're about to get the best movement tech in the game. Speed Booster!
Yes, this will allow Poork to do this Shine Spark here to get across the moat. Normally in a any percent co-op, you would do a glitch, one person would, to get across that moat, but no glitches allowed, so we're doing a Shine Spark instead. And that's one thing I'd also like to kind of point out with, like, you know, co-op is you really need to plan out your route depending on the skill level of each of the players. So that's one thing that we have to kind of keep in mind is when are things going to line up, and what kind of safeties should we get, and that sort of thing.
You got that right. So everything looking really solid here now. Again, this is still meant to be speed running, but again, we just can't use normal speed running tech. All types of wall jumps here, fully allowed. Nice wave beam. Can I get some waves in chat for the wave beam? 15 minutes in, and we're about to meet our second boss. Fantoon, the boss of the wrecked ship. Windbliss is correct in chat. The hero shot is something that the racers have discussed during practice and elected for a little bit more of a safer play to get it done. And there's plenty of time in between this as well. So on the right-hand side of your screen is Fantoon, as Anfunny is going to be headed to our second mini-boss called Crocomire. We're going to be headed to get the grapple beam, which will come in handy as Anfunny will be the one taking on Dragon. More about Dragon later. Poork right now. There's a speedrunning tech known as a Doppler, which is where you trigger Fantoon to basically trick him to stay on screen longer by hitting him with missiles over and over and over again. We will not be seeing that here. Left-hand side of your screen is everyone's favorite 8-eyed lava lizard.
People like to say Croc did nothing wrong, but I like to disagree with that.
Or correct.
And folks, exclamation point donate in the chat. Donate. We are at $3,050. Poork is very quickly looking to finish up Fantoon here. Very, very close to the end. And that energy tank here is extremely important for Poork, as he's going to make his way through the end of this Phantoon fight and then through the wrecked ship to get the last suit of the two suits. The pancakes, known as the gravity suit. Porky!
Yo.
How's, Phantoon's not treating you the greatest here in this run, huh?
Hey, it's a little bit tough. I just finished him off there.
GG's, nicely done.
We both just on the same screen.
Nicely done. If we get to $3,100 raised before 20 minutes, we'll give Poork some extra feed and a treat to go along with his dinner later tonight.
Now that I can get behind. Feed the animal.
That's right. Feed the pork. Now, Poork, as you make your way through the wreck ship, you're looking to get that gravity suit. Why are those super missiles that you just picked up so important?
I think Anthony needs them later on when he does the Mother Brain 1 sequence.
So basically, you're being very nice to the actual pro speedrunner. Got it.
It's faster. That's why we do it.
Listen, pro speedrunner. You should be able to do it with no problem. You should be able to do this entire run blindfolded.
Well, I could do it, but that would involve glitches, so...
That's also very fair. Would we consider a blindfold a glitch? Come on, folks, let's get to that $3,100 mark. And so basically, Poork picked up what is one of the easiest super missile packs that you can get for this run. You'll see that super missile pack play a key role in normal any % speedruns. It is the second super missile pack that you will actually pick up in a normal any % speedrun. And now, with that grapple beam, we are going to see Anfunny make his way into Meridia. Meridia, oh, so full of water, which is why Poork, in getting the gravity suit, is going to be extremely important. Gravityless Meridia, I feel like is a glitch in and of itself with underwater movement.
Yeah, I'd say so. And in order to do Meridia suitless, you do have to use some glitches. So, yeah, it's not possible without some glitches. Some pretty hard glitches too. There's actually a category called reverse boss order, where you kill the bosses in reverse order, and so you have to do Meridia suitless, and yeah, there's some pretty tough glitches you have to do in order to get through that.
And now we get the ice beam. So now, if you're keeping track at home, the racers now have charge, ice, wave, and spazer. Now Anfunny is headed into Meridia, because Poork here is about to get the gravity suit. Oh, Poork, we didn't get the donation train by 20 minutes to get you some extra feed, but you do get to eat some pancakes.
Alright. I like mine with magic syrup.
There you go.
WX talking about food again.
I know, really? Me talking about food? Alright. So, this tube here actually is pretty interesting. When you lay a power bomb, you could literally leave your controller on the table, wherever you are, never touch it again, and that tank would not break. The minute Samus does any other action, whatever frame it is, it could be any button press that does an action for Samus on screen, then the tank will break. And here's that Shine Spark. Again, fully in logic, the Dakaras teach you how to Shine Spark. Nicely done, Anfunny. Anfunny now gonna go, take on the last mini-boss that we are going to see throughout this run, we are not gonna go fight Golden Teresa. It's a massive time waste, and to get there the fastest way, it would involve a glitch called the Green Gate glitch. So, Anfunny is gonna go fight Potswoon, and then is gonna make his way over to Dragon as Poork. Poork, did you put on the Varia suit that that Anfunny sent you? You know, to make sure that you don't actually burn up and become super pork bacon by the time you get into Low End Warfare. I mean, you have to go through Lava Dive, so hopefully you're wearing the Varia suit that Anfunny gave you.
Thankfully, Multi-Droid does that for me, so one less thing for me to think about.
I meant you actually, not Samus. Like, are you wearing the Varia suit so you, Poork, don't, you know, overheat and become crispy bacon?
Nah, that's my destiny.
Oh, jeez. Anfunny, I tried. You were so nice to send it to Poork, so he doesn't fry going through Lava Dive.
Well, he'll be nice and
But all right,
tasty.
folks. We are at 23 and a half minutes in. Headed to our third boss. Now, the one cool thing about this boss that you're going to see Anfunny do here. Dragon, the intended way to beat Dragon is you have to damage Dragon's belly, and the more you damage Dragon, her belly is going to change colors. It'll start off this like goldenrod yellow, and it'll eventually change the more damage you do to it. There is a trick to beating Dragon. It's a trick that I believe somehow the developers intended for it to be found, because I believe it was an issue of a Nintendo Power Magazine. Yeah, shout out Nintendo Power Magazine. Do you see these turrets that Anfunny just destroyed? Now you see the electricity? That grapple beam is going to come in handy. That grapple beam is going to actually lock onto those electrocuted areas. Once Dragon grabs Anfunny with one of the goops, we're going to electrocute Dragon. Fully in logic. And Anfunny gets an amazing pattern. This is the best Dragon pattern you could get in terms of RNG. And now, here at No Glitches Allowed, if you all join us over at our food stand over by Planet Zebus, we will have crispy fried shrimp, $33.95 per meal. Buy one, get the next one 50% off. Your choice of French fries or onion rings, complete with ketchup to go with it.
All you can eat?
We'll get that when we get to Mother Brain. You'll see the French fries, the ketchup, and the onion rings. So, it'll be done and ready by the time you get here. Don't worry. Alright, Poork just went through an area called Lava Dive. That space jump is how you get through it normally. And now Poork is into the end portion of this run. Headed on to the fourth and final G4 boss. Everyone's favorite annoying space pelican, Ridley. Now, I still see us at 3050. Let's get up to 3100 here before the end of the Ridley fight, because we're going to see some pretty unique sync-ups here. Anfunny and Poork, why don't you tell the folks what we're going to see headed towards the Ridley fight? And Anfunny, as you head to Torium.
So I'm going to go ahead and pick up some a plasma beam, and that's going to allow Poork to have a much easier fight versus Ridley. And on top of that, I'll be grabbing some missiles as well, and then I will be making my way to the final boss.
And resource management, oh, so important.
Especially when you got a ham brain or a partner.
Got him!
Why I oughta. What do you think it's like having the hammer?
Oh, I have no idea.
I'm blissfully unaware.
don't have like a really good place to farm here, so Poork might need to be a little bit more careful than he normally would. We also didn't pick up an E-tank and we normally pick up, so might be a little dangerous, but worst case, Poork can just pause the game and I can get him some health, so we should be just fine.
Poork also just did stuff that was pretty cool. So he went through fast pillars into a room called Worst Room in the Game. That's literally the name it's been given. Into a room called Amphitheater. And then what he just finished was Key Hunter Stairs. Now he's into a room called Wasteland. Lower Norfair rooms are no joke. They do a lot of damage. These enemies hit for a lot of damage. We're going to talk about those Key Hunters, the red ones, a little bit later. As Poork finishes his way through Wasteland, Anfunny is going to be headed to a room called G4. It's where the G4 statue, again, the Guardian 4, all 4 bosses, that statue remains until you beat all 4 of them. Once all 4 of them are beaten, the statue will descend, opening up the path into Torian, the final area of the game. Poork is looking phenomenal through Lower Norfair, Anfunny, I gotta say.
Oh, yeah, he's really put in a lot of work, and you know, I was one of the people that kind of helped, you know, improve his game and everything too. So that's been a fun experience, and just seeing the amount of growth he has in the past year is crazy, and you know, it just feels good to help out somebody as well.
Oh, 100%.
And, you know, people at home could help out some dogs if they donate for the bid war.
That's true. Right now, we've got Save the Animals is winning with a $50 lead right now, but if we want to make that goal of $3,100 before the end of this run, we could have Save the Frames or Taunt the Animals come into first place, chat. I know we can do it. ! Donate in chat. Mark that bid war.
All right. So this is looking really good here. Ridley really not cooperating with Poork here towards the end of this fight. But Poork still maintaining a pretty sizable lead here on Ridley in terms of energy. Nicely done. So that was really well done from Poork. This now allows Anfunny, all bosses are done. Anfunny is now going to fly right to Torian. Here's the biggest thing. And this is something to keep in mind. Lower Norfair is the farthest away area from Torian and the farthest away from the ship. Poork is going to have to go all the way here through Lower Norfair, go through the Lower Norfair escape, circumvent Upper Norfair, back into Brinstar, all the way up Red Tower again, all the way into Crateria Crab Hole, then back to the ship. It is not a quick escape. But this allows Anfunny, on the left-hand side of your screen, to make his way through Torian and into the Mother Brain fight. Again, we are at 31 minutes. Their personal best is 39 minutes and 10 seconds. I mean, I gotta think, and son, you can correct me if I'm wrong here, you're our illustrious host. I think if they beat their personal best, I think we could easily get a couple $100 in here as, you know, congratulatory and GG's. And we gotta help out the puppies. I mean, we gotta help the puppies out.
We do definitely gotta hype up the puppies. I also think we, you know, if people want to pay for the Dragon, fried Dragon, I think we had earlier as well.
$33.95. My running joke I do on commentary. Yep.
I think that would be really great for the celebratory dinner if people want to donate so that we can get a little bit more of that.
Sounds good to me.
So Poork here is going to be standing by this energy tank, which will refill my health after we meet a potentially familiar character that we all love.
Poork is currently staring at the wall, imagining what dinner's gonna be tonight. Maybe some gourmet slop, some hay for dinner, whatever it is that pigs eat.
Sloppy hay.
There you go. Anfunny flying through Metroid Room 3. Well done. One more Metroid room to go. Metroid Room 4. There we go. I see another $10 coming in there, chat.
Yeah, that went towards saving the frames, so we only need $41 in order to taunt the animals, save the frames. Chat, I know we can do it.
I mean, Poork is the one that has to go either save or taunt his fellow animals.
Save the animals. Save the animals.
Taunt.
And here is our familiar friend. It's Da Baby. Da Baby Metroid, all grown up. Samus, get back here. Just wants to give you a hug.
And that right there is why Poork picks up the E-Tank. So now I am fully healed and I do not have to refill my health.
Through Seaweed Room, Anfunny is now just a few rooms away from taking on Mother Brain. So one of the biggest pieces in any speedrunning category is Mother Brain 1's room. There are 4 red-like looking things called Zebatites, or as we call them, Zebs. Normally there would be a speedrunning tech we would use to either ice Zeb Skip or speed Zeb Skip. This room, when the developers created it, because you can't visually see the entire room, they only generate 1 Zebbatite at a time. So speedrunners found out that when you were able to skip the first one, the others don't load. But because we can't do glitches, Anfunny has to go through all of them. So the ammo that he had, and Poork had for that matter, was extremely important. Now, you all have about a minute to 2 minutes to get your final donations in for our goal, because we are in the end game of Super Metroid. It's the Mother Brain 2 fight, the cutscene, and the Mother Brain 3 fight. Once that escape timer's over, that's it. Our donation incentive is over, and we're gonna either save the animals or taunt the animals. You've got about 1 to 2 minutes to finish getting in those donations. Let's smash that $3,100 goal.
A donation of $41 would get us to $3,100, and also, if tagged for Save the Frames, help us save the frames, chat. There's a 2-for-1 deal right now. Go, go, go!
That's it. Mother Brain 2 is down. Now comes a 1-minute cutscene where we are going to see Mother Brain attempt to finish off Samus, and the baby Metroid is going to come in. Come on, viewers, let's get that number up. You are running out of time, otherwise we're going to have to save the animals. If you want them taunted and them to burn with the planet, and you want to save the frames, let's get that done. The other thing to note is this run is not over until both racers are back on the ship. When they both enter their ship, this run will be over. All right, now, the second part of this cutscene. The baby is going to fill up Samus's health, and when defeated, is going to give Samus the Hyper Beam.
Oh no. Sorry for everyone having to watch this for the first time.
Oh, sorry. All right. We're on to Mother Brain 3. You have about 10 seconds to get your donations in. 30, 70.
We had $10 more from Scar Pup Gaming that says save the bacon, and that went to saving the animals. So right now, saving the animals is winning.
Yeah, Scarpup, thank
All
you.
right. We'll get a final tally. Very soon, Mother Brain is defeated. As soon as the escape timer starts, son, we'll get a final tally from you. And we're either saving the animals or we are gonna taunt the animals. What? Our donation goal is over. What are we doing?
We are. I'm going. We are saving the animals.
Let's go. Saving the animals. Let's go, chat. Let's go.
And we
Poork
only
is
need
gonna-
$30 more to make $3,100 raised for Go Rescue. So as we go rescue these animals, let's go rescue that mini milestone we've got for this run. Let's go, chat.
That's what you call a professional pun. Well done, son. Very well done. All right, now Poork has saved the animals. Poork is going to be the first one back to the ship. They are extremely close from beating their PB. They're at 38.46. Oh, so close. And there goes Anfunny throwing again. Really, my guy, you bonk with like 7 seconds left of the map randomizer race, and now you decide to fall back? Really?
Hey, you know, Leah Duckstream isn't any fun. Nobody likes it.
I just call it Final Torian Escape Room, but okay, let's go whatever room you said. Poork is on the ship. Poork is done. Get ready. All Anfunny has to deal with now is Steam. They are gonna sue sub 40, and
There we
time.
Let's
go.
go.
All right.
Get your GGs in chat.
Jeez.
What's the final time?
39.
Our final time. 39:38.
GGs. Nicely done to both of you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we're only 28 seconds behind our PB, so pretty good run overall.
I think that's our second best, right?
Yeah, that's pretty close. If not, yeah, just you know, an idea. You know, normal 80% with without co-op, world records like 40:22. So
Hey, we beat the world record.
Yeah.
Let's go, and if the chat wants to hear your lovely voices again somewhere else, where can they find you?
Yeah, well, you know, stream on Twitch pretty often. I do a lot of randomizers as well as Super Metroid speedruns. And, you know, been doing races. I'm currently doing the Map Rando tournament. Yeah, that's a main spot to find me still on Twitch.
I stream mostly retro games, and I sing karaoke at Twitch TV/Poork with 2 O's.
And if you're interested in more of my commentary, I am, like I said, up-and-coming professional esports broadcaster. I do a lot of commentary, I do a lot of football stuff, and I even dabble in speedrunning myself. Yes, I'll be doing that very soon. You can find me at twitch.tv/WXFan21. Thank you all so much for tuning in and watching them. Anfunny, Poork, that was an extremely well done co-op. Congratulations to you both. I will leave the floor to you for final thoughts.
Yeah, thanks for doing comms for us, WX, and thanks to No Glitches Allowed for letting us do this run and give me some inspiration on making a new category.
Thanks, WX. Thank you, Anfunny, for training me for this. Thanks, Shindig Pig out there, for getting me back into retro gaming. And thanks, No Glitches Allowed, for letting us put this on for you. It was a lot of fun, and we helped some animals, and saved them too. So, GG's, everybody.
Yes, we did. GG's, and thank you both so much for that absolutely amazing Super Metroid run. And chat, don't go far because No Glitches Allowed 2025 will be continuing shortly. Hello, chat. Reminder that you're here watching No Glitches Allowed 2025, and I have been your host for the last 3 runs, and thank you all so much for all of your donations and generosity through this time. But it is time for me to take a step back and welcome our finale host for this upcoming Kingdom Hearts 2 final mix, Bonnie. Welcome to the stage.
Hello, Valiant Son. Can we get some love and chat for the Valiant Son, who has just been killing it on the mic for the last I don't know, few hours here? Like, holy good gosh, well done, friend.
Thank you. You know, it's the community that really makes it easy to host for, and I'm super excited to see everyone turn out for this upcoming shift you've got.
Oh yes, I have been tasked with the honor of doing the finale here at No Glitches Allowed 2025. It has been 4 days of featuring speedruns that rely more on execution of intended mechanics rather than game-breaking glitches. So, did you know that that pig's good speedrun from that last run? Because holy crap, I didn't, and I feel like these marathons we are always just learning more and more things about what is capable in the realm of speedrunning. I was what was your favorite moments you've been able to witness so far, son?
Oh man, I mean, seeing a pig speedrun, absolutely amazing. That showcase by Lori D for Vivid Stasis, and then also our run right before that, the Sonic Frontiers runs, like all of the runs that I just got to witness. Amazing, fantastic. I'm really excited to tune in for this finale as well. And we can extend the finale, right? We've got that milestone that opened up.
Oh my goodness, yes, we do. We have already blown past our original goal of $3,000, but we got some more for you. We have just opened up a bonus incentive for Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, where we get to face off against the one and only one-winged angel himself, Sephiroth, if we hit $3,500. Now, chat, you have already impressed me well enough, but you can impress me even more by getting through this last chunk here, blowing through that $3,500 goal and doing it all for the pups at the Go Rescue Pet Adoption Center.
Absolutely, and I will bid you adieu, Bonnie. Good luck with the rest of your hosting shift. And chat, I'll see you in chat.
Thank you so much, son. Really appreciate it. Now, speaking of our last run, do we perhaps have any Podgers in chat? And yes, I do mean Podgers, because our final runner for the event is none other than GDQ Hotfix veteran, Complete-a-thon 2023's Magical Mystery Tour runner, and Chicken Parm enthusiast Podgy713, running the beginner crown. Yeah, excuse me, let me spit those marbles out of my mouth. The beginner gold crown category for Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. So, put on some pants that will do Donald proud and get a little goofy in chat, because we'll be back with our final run in just a few moments here.